maybe not be a problem with the picks. Maybe, just maybe, it's a problem with the execution. Let's get into P's and B's, pretty please. It's going to force Jigz under the tower. Doesn't get any stuns, but we don't need stuns. We've got damage. Hurriwind catches 2 in the current.
Andy coming back in, looking for the thunder step. Immediately Eagles rally. Andy will not get the kill. Baskin survives, and now they're diving for Baskin potentially hit. But Blink from Pittiman, they're trying to force this enemy. This is a mistake because Homiefe
Double kill. Money on some of those plays, and money in our picks and bans. SoaR, one more time, we'll have the first pick. Allegiance opting for number 2.
And like I said, Allegiance's picks and ban strategy seem to be on point. I don't think there was anything that really stood out that SoaR did specifically well. Potentially look at taking Khepri away from Jigz is one option, I guess.
You always want to take Khepri away from Jigz. With that in mind...
But teams don't. That's the thing. Teams don't do that. And every time we watch SoaR play, and it's like, oh, he's dead. No, he's not, because Jigz is on the money within 0.2 of a second before he's dead.
I mean, Jigz, I don't know what his deal is, but he's just always around and always available. And you know what? To actually break that down and not just say something for fun, it's all because of his map awareness. Jigz is incredibly aware of what's going on in the game. It's almost as if he's more zoomed out than everybody else. He just has this mentality of the big picture, and because of that, he's able to show up and assist his teammates all the time.
He's probably one of the best players I've seen on Sylvanas as well in terms of landing those poles. It's not an easy ability to land, but he's very well known for that. This time, though, Allegiance going to respect the fact that Homiefe's Thor is legit and ban it away.
Well, I mean, in the past set, not this game against Allegiance, but the past set before that SoaR played, Homiefe drove the entire game with an Ao Kuang.
Well, his top 2 gods are Ao Kuang and Kali, just so you know. His Thor and Najah have been played as well, but Raijin slips through this time, and that's going to go the way of Hurriwind.
Hurriwind was one of the first players in the SPL, not only to just try Raijin, but many players had tried Raijin and came up flat. Hurriwind was one of the first people to actually find a win. Hurriwind and Pretty Prime over in Europe were really the first people to make Raijin work. So SoaR going to go ahead in that direction, and Allegiance will take 2 very comfortable gods for them. Lassiz is Najah, and the Athena for Incon.
And the buffs have just seen the rise of Raijin recently. He's not been winning a lot. We gave him a buff to his ultimate in terms of being able to have a little bit more time during that move, a little bit more, but have the time to choose your shots at the start of it as well as during it, so you're not spamming them away, which is, you saw a lot of that, and it didn't really come to fruition.
And another big change that Raijin has recently had was the teleport. Now he's not able to be really interrupted, and that is a huge change. And Hinderman, you're shaking your head at the croc.
No, I saw Awilix Sobek, and I'm like, okay, yeah, we know where this one's game's going to go already. Sobek's going to be flipping you about, and Awilix going to be pulling you over walls and into dangerous territory the whole time. So Allegiance have to take into account leaps are a danger factor here, which is going to hit on her for motions potentially as well. And anything Mattypocket looks to play in the solo.
Janus selected one more time for MrMakey. I didn't see anything too bad. I didn't see anything stand out coming out from Allegiance on the Makey.
No, Makey played all right. I think early on he didn't make any mistakes at the beginning of the game. He got poked out a little bit, which was when he was 2v1 more than anything else. Positioning seemed okay. Through space sometimes, a little bit aggressive was the only thing I saw there. He was looking for the final snipes a couple of times to try and convert a kill that got away from them.
I mean, he watched the SPL yesterday. He watched Shadow's Nightmare do what he did.
You find him, it's cool. You don't find him, and it's like, well, we could have had that global rotation for something else. You know, it's one of those risky things that you have to do. We see it a couple of times.
Allegiance ban out the on-her this time around, understanding that they can't play it at all because of the Awilix, so they don't want it available for Metyankey either. But they put on a good show.
But SoaR, though, limit the amount of Hunter options available for Oceans here. By taking out both of Bellona and Apollo, it makes the god pool slimmer. That's why I see Medusa, just because she's not got the leap. Lacerate.
And there's going to be the Artemis, very quickly locked. Metyankey taking a play at a Panda Cat's book over here. We'll see the young crit hunter herself. And is she young? Is that god old?
I don't know. Sebej is Apollo. Are they twins? Maybe I'm wrong. I know they're brother and sister.
You just went way over my head. I had no idea Apollo had a brother or sister.
Apollo and Artemis are brothers and sister.
That's insane.
Did you not know that? They're both hunters.
I had no clue.
You didn't realize that?
No.
Wow.
Listen, I know the esports side of things, and Bellona is as esports as it gets.
Sobek and Aether related?
How? Sobek's an alligator.
That's exactly what it's all about.
Well, Bellona selected for SoaR. Very standard stuff coming out from Baskin. At least I can understand that pick a lot more than the lore that we've got going on here. The last pick for Allegiance to wrap things up. Probably looking for mid solo later here. Mattypocket up against Bellona.
He went Raven last game. Against Bellona, it's pretty much the same matchup. He'll bully you early on if he chooses that way. He could go for the Vamana again. His most picks so far this year has been Bellona, followed by Vamana.
Yep.
And there's the Vamana.
Yeah, the Vamana going to be a good choice for Mattypocket. I've really enjoyed watching him play the Vamana. It's just a little bit more effective in games for me. Looking at the picks and bans, Man, which one you got?
Picks and bans wise, global rotation, definitely the side of Allegiance with the Athena, with the Janus there as well. Take into account that can bring Nijar through those portals on top of that. Laning phase could be an interesting one, though. Medusa versus Athena have some early kill potential onto Artemis Sobek, but so do Artemis and Sobek, because one pluck into a trap and it's lights out.
Honestly, looks pretty even back and forth. SoaR, Allegiance, game 1 went to SoaR, game 2. That's what we're going to find out.
Looking for that detonate for the secure, and it's going to go to Allegiance. It's stolen. That might have been Incon.
No follow-up from the rest of Allegiance. Oh, there comes the Kraken. It's going to find 4. Lassiz takes out Panda.
Nice shots from Oceans as well. What the hell was that?
And here we are one more time on the battleground of the gods. Baskin and Homiefe, excuse me, find their way on the right side of the map.
Now, I mentioned during, picks and bans, you asked me who I felt had advantages. The global ults available for Allegiance are a little bit impactful early on. However, Awilix can close the gap very, very quickly with Suku in tow. And it looks like they may be setting up for some little cheeky shenanigans here, the boys of SoaR.
SoaR was giving a look, trying to find things out. But Allegiance have both the eyes from Vamana and the eyes from the Ward. So everything is all known.
Is double power pot again for both junglers this game, both mid laners as well. When you look at both mid laners with power pots, keep an eye on the Raijin. Raijin has a lot of damage at level 2 that can annihilate someone, especially if he lands the full combo. If he just thunder crashes on your face, well, your face is gone. That's pretty much it.
Pretty much. And then with respect to the junglers as well, both of these guys really work well with the red pot. Not only the characters, Awilix and Naja will maximize the power, but also the players.
Yeah, Feather Step is so disgusting with a power pot. It can over half health you in the first ability of the game.
And Homiefe and Lassiz are both aggressive enough to put themselves in a position to utilize that red pot. Sometimes we see players just sort of farm with it, use it to bring themselves up to the par of how fast the clear is on other gods. These two players are really going to be looking for the player damage.
So last time we saw Allegiance go to lane together in the solo lane, and you saw Lassiz stay there for a wave. Meanwhile, you saw Homiefe swing towards mid for the Harpies. We'll see what he chooses this time. It looks like he's actually going to go towards mid Lassiz this time. And it's actually the other way round, because Homiefe, he's going to stay for a wave in solo.
And I like the change. I like when junglers head towards mid right away. It allows them to pick up the mid camps, which will just go ahead and snowball them further. But it's about, in my opinion, this early on, I think it's really about the solo lane comfort, if you want to go ahead and give your solo lane a little bit of help.
But you're also giving your mid lane a lot more extra experience here as well. He's going to get left-hand Harpies on his own. He took a lot of poke for that, but his team did secure the Fire Imps as well in trade. So overall, it's a small lead for SoaR because the Fire Imps down. Nice dash in mid.
Just a little bit of extra poke. No unstable vortex available, but just here and there. Homiefe getting chipped down.
And unfortunately, you're going to see Lassiz swing in and find out that those back Harpies are currently down, so not going to be able to look to steal those ones away. A little bit too early for that as Baskin up against Mattypocket here in the solo lane. Baskin keeping the pressure on as early as he can against the Vamana.
There's a little bit of a throw towards Naja. Not going to find a knock-up. No ultimate available just yet, so not the maximum capitalization. And there's the aggression we were talking about. Both junglers use the abilities, poke each other down to about 25%. Chain Lightning, not going to be enough, and neither will the unstable Vortex. But Lassiz finds a ring bounce from a distance, and we see 1-for-1. The junglers stay a little bit too long, and both characters have some sort of chain bounce.
Homiefe, I believe, sorry, Hurriwind got first blood just before Lassiz got the ring toss off there. Now, Hurriwind missed his Thunder Crash, and at first it looked really bad. I was like, oh, that's a bad misplay, but luckily Raiju comes out to the rescue and chains backwards and forwards. But it would have been nicer if the Thunder Crash would have connected. That could have been a lot cleaner from SoaR. Good answer back though from Allegiance, and it helps out Lassiz early on as well. Remember, Homiefe falling there means his power pot was consumed.
So was Lassiz, though.
Lassiz lived. It was the Janus that died there.
Very true.
MrMakey fell down. So
Well, so was MrMakey's.
there you go. Good answer back. There we go.
That's what I meant.
Good save.
Yeah, slip of the tongue, of course.
Of course. Homiefe level 4 now in mid lane. Level 5 for Lassiz. So I want to see if he's going to try and make a power play with this. Maybe swing around to right-hand side where you can see Baskin is pushed up against Vamana, but he's looking at the fire ends right now.
Jigz here, positioned pretty aggressively if he wants to grab Incon, but smart play from the Athena player, going to put herself into safety. Baskin giving chase on Lassiz in the jungle, and a good portal from Makey.
Makey just showing experience there more than anything else, just realizing he could help out his teammate.
There you go.
Just release a little bit of pressure and still get the Harpies together as well. He will now hit level 5 as well, so Global Ultimate online for the Janus is Mattypocket under pressure from Homiefe, going to force the big baby early. Eagles Rally still available.
Immediately popped, understanding the full potential of the combination out of those two characters in the solo lane currently. Mattypocket having to pull out all the stops.
Pretty standard over in the duo side of things as well. No real goal differential between the two. They've just been farming quite evenly between the two of them. The throwing dagger for Metyankey on the Artemis has paid dividends just to keep it in the wave more than anything else, because Oceans and Incon on the Medusa Athena combo, they've got fantastic wave clear early.
Yeah, that acid spray really effective and surprising. Well, I guess not surprising that we see the throwing dagger. We've seen different approaches, honestly, from different players, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been very exciting to watch the hunter builds really develop.
And the hunters, for the most part, they all still feel throwing daggers just so strong in that early wave clear.
Yeah.
Transcendence in the long run, yes, they know it's better, but you lose so much lane pressure at the beginning of the game. It means you could get invaded on your balls, invaded on your red, and it just causes a couple of issues. So most teams are like, all right, fine, throwing dagger. We'll just all start that.
And the idea is that with the throwing dagger, sure, the Transcendence will give you extra mana to use your abilities a little bit more often, but with the throwing dagger, you're just not using any abilities on the wave whatsoever, so you're able to use all of your mana for the poke that you're looking for in the long lane to turn that into an all-out brawl. So the throwing dagger gives the hunter a little bit more options, and of course now, building into the full golden bow with 55 power, it's definitely not a bad item in and of itself.
And this is sort of the tale of the last game too. The first couple of minutes we saw one kill and it was just farm out between the two. And then all of a sudden things spiked, and look at this, Baskin giving the beat down to Makey, forcing his ult again.
Mattypocket gets hit by the Wampa Stomp. Hammer coming out from Baskin.
That was brutal.
Yeah, that was
just so well played.
Yeah, Baskin just walked up the lane and said, "Okay, I'll hit you with this ability."
And then this one.
And then
use
this
that
one.
ability, I'll use this one. And then when you charge is down, I'm going to jump on your face with me, Eagles Rally.
And that be that. Just that be that. Baskin one up against his direct position in the lane, and Homiefe finds one in the mid lane.
Lassiz actually going to sash in, and because of that thunder crash comes out into his face, he has to use his ult to disengage there, just away from the danger of Hurriwind trying to follow up with the percussive storm.
Yeah, Jigz just a hair too late. Honestly, a good play coming out from Lassiz to get the hell out of there.
We didn't see that in mid lane, but Incon was the one that died, so it tells me they went in for a taunt like they did last game, and then they turned it on him, which is what happened last game as well, and it just all goes the way of SoaR once again. Sadly, there's nothing for them to steal in the jungle, though.
Homiefe now cruising around on Suku, just looking for his next opportunity. He's got full boots on.
Trying to pick up the corner here, I think, more than anything else. But pick options are a little bit limited with Baskin's rotation here. If they find a pick, which is what they were looking for, they could have potentially gone for the Gold Fury, and I think that was the big idea they had. Just unfortunately, it wasn't going to be available.
Yeah, no ultimate available either from many of the players on SoaR, specifically Homiefe, as you said. Metyankey, though, he's been rather quiet. This hunter lane hasn't really been boxing back and forth.
That's how he's going to be. Early game, Artemis, she's not really a killer. She is in the later stages, though.
It depends on how good your pon-pon luck is. If you're rolling dice and you're getting those crits, Artemis can turn it into something very devastating.
I mean,
but Medusa definitely.
On average per wave, you'll probably crit once. And with the throwing dagger, it does help out your crit a lot, just because it's going to spread that damage around to all the minions. So it's not all doom and gloom. But in a fight, a 1v1 against someone with a massive ability damage that comes out from Oceans on that Medusa, it's a bit risky to try and rely on that RNG.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Medusa definitely has a little bit of a leg up in the mid lane. There's the pull, and there's the damage. Hurriwind takes Incon down. Lassiz gets met with some CC immunity. He's going to fall as well. Jigz with the last hit off of the assist of all three members in the mid lane. and 5 kills SoaR finds himself.
Now, I know you all missed the kill on Incon the first time, but I guarantee you that's exactly what happened the first time. As he goes on the second time through space and time, he's on the mark, but he's a little bit too early for the Gold Fury steal. MrMakey's still here now with Mattypocket in tow, but the power of the ball at the Gold Fury compels them to not escape.
Exactly. I love that play from Metyankey. We've seen that from a number of Artemis players. That's just the play that you make. You drop the board when you think anybody's going to show up, and then Tusky will actually run and meet, and he'll zone for you.
Yeah, that's what he does, the 6th man on the team. Sometimes he never used to be that good, you know? Now he's kind of useful.
He's very useful. Artemis has really been proven to be very powerful in these team fights. And on the objectives, as with the Gold Fury.
And it's not only the fact that, you know, she's powerful now, the ball's a little bit stronger, it's the fact that people don't play against her as much. So when you've not played against someone for so long and they swing back into the meta all of a sudden, you've got to relearn it.
You know, I'm with you, but Artemis is a very basic hunter. She's got a volley, and really you just have to avoid the damage out of the basic attacks. And the Hurriwind can't avoid the damage out of Lassiz. Lassiz finds one. It's going to be the 2nd kill in total for Allegiance. Well played.
Do like what Incon does. Incon dies twice to the taunt onto Hurriwind. The 3rd time he's like, I still don't care. You're still getting taunted, and he ends up dying that time because of it as well. Good collapse from Lassiz and Metyankey, following up the unstable vortex, the ring toss, and the sash. Picks up the 2nd kill for them.
Yeah, Lassiz on this Naja. This is the type of game that you're looking for at a Lassiz. We always seem to mention how he's just a catalyzing player. He's able to find these long-range ultimates, not there specifically, but he's able to find these big burst shots, these big. I mean, he plays with the Jiffy Cat, and it works out a lot of the time. And right now, looking pretty positive, 2-1-0. This could be a game that Allegiance can be pushed into the lead by just Lassiz himself.
I mean, we say that right now, but look at the gold differential between the two. Let's go to the graphs, and you'll see there's a good experience and gold lead.
Oh, that's that Gold Fury.
I've saw already. And it's not just the Gold Fury, though. The experience, 3,500 experience up, as well as the 2,500 gold lead. That doesn't just come from one Gold Fury in the early game.
That's very, very true. SoaR has been farming pretty well, and also a number of kills. There's the aggression. Volley after the stun, but Metyankey, he's got to retreat. A lot of ability damage coming out from.
I was just watching that fight a little bit more because I'm surprised we saw when Ocean saw the ball go down. I'm surprised he didn't pull out the Petrify immediately. He may not have found the stun with the Petrify, but he would have absorbed the stun from the ball and returned fire damage immediately onto the Artemis. Instead, he chose Purification and held his Petrify, and maybe it was, you know, it's a trade-off because now Petrify is a little bit harder to use for defense against an Awilix pull.
That's very true. That's very true. That is something to bring up, because I was going to say Ocean just didn't see the kill potential, but yeah, the Purification, that's a bigger deal. There's the Purification, doesn't need the pull. Homiefe finds Feather Step. MrMakey's going to fall. Hurriwind now looking for the death on the Lassiz, coupled with Incon. He'll plop down right about now, but Lassiz very low, can't find the kill on the immunity frame, so Jigz takes out Lassiz.
The way they play that as well, if Homiefe finds that, no. Oh, they will find it in the end as well. But the way the team of SoaR played that was very calculated. They knew Incon was coming, and instead of killing Lassiz immediately, they let Incon land so they could find another kill. Metyankey, the whole team collapsed. Look at it. Metyankey swings to mid, takes out the tasking tower. Baskin swings over from SoaR and like, hey, guys, you need support? No, well, I want an assist at least. And now I'm going to get some help with the blue buff. His Mattypocket's like, guys, they're on my blue.
Yeah, and Mattypocket can't do much about it. 3 members of SoaR here. Matty throws the bat out, but nothing really going to be gained from that. 4,000 gold in the lead. We're just about. SoaR sits up. Also 6 kills as well. So they've got the experience lead. They've got the gold lead. SoaR looking very strong, and it's just 10 minutes here in game number 2.
I think we're going to see Raijin start to get banned in competitive play a lot more. As the season goes on, people will start realizing the power Raijin brings to the team now. The ultimate being more effective. His abilities are good, yeah, but his ultimate was just so lackluster. There's the Petrify.
And he's going to land a couple of shots as well. The acid spray, well played by Medusa, but Ocean still can't find the kill.
And you saw what happened there. I think that was realistically Metyankey thought, okay, he's not got Purification this time around, and he didn't Petrify last time, so if I throw the ball out, he's going to get stunned and I'll kill him.
Not quite the case here. Allegiance heavy on the left side, but not committing to the rotation, as we'll see Metyankey go ahead and back. You know, I almost called him Panda Cat just out of habit.
Just because he's Artemis.
Just because he's Artemis?
Yeah, I can see that. But going back to the Raijin, I mean, his abilities were good. His laning phase was pretty strong after level 3. He's got good wave clear. Has an escape, which is another big important factor for a mid laner, to have a decent escape. And the Thunder Crash can be used for that. But the biggest thing was his ultimate was so difficult to confirm damage on and set up. Well, now he's got that extra time. He doesn't just confirm damage, but he can also CC the opposition with fears or taunts dependent on a situation. Buy himself some time with fearing them away, or bring them towards you so the team can kill them.
Yeah, we've seen that work out a number of times, specifically in these corridors. You see right here where Jigz is coming in to the mid lane, and then also the one that reaches down to create these two L's right here up at the top by the mid lane tier 1. That really just creates these situations where those Raijin jumps just put you in a terrible spot.
Well, Golfio is going to be started up now by SoaR. They did reset it for a second. Jigz going to look for a pluck, find it onto Incon. Incon going to go for a mile-high ride with Homiefe and gets deleted by the Featherstone.
Yeah, it's just a 1-2 punch here. The old-fashioned jungler into mid lane. A little bit of a new take as Homiefe has that pull instead of a traditional stun, but the results are the same. More damage coming out onto MrMakey. He turns around, launches the ult, and it's not going to be good enough to find a kill, just like Baskin will, taking out Lassiz.
Baskin just ran down Lassiz. There was nothing he could do. Makey played this so well to stay alive for as long as he did, but Hurriwind will pick up the kill. Homiefe trades out with Mattypocket, but the big baby is going to combine with Oceans nicely, but Oceans isn't going to allow him to live after Raijin gets involved.
It's a 3-on-2, but one of those is a big baby. Scratch that, not anymore. He ain't alive either. Hurriwind finds the kill on the Mattypocket. The solo lane for Allegiance has spilled one more time, and a lot of this game has had to do with Baskin just walking down members of the enemy team.
I mean, Baskin just walks up to Lassiz after Incon falls and goes, hey, Lassiz, you are not being involved in this fight. And I've got a 3-level advantage at the time as well, because he was level 15 to 12. Finds the kill with the Eagles rally as we watch Oceans trying to defend the tower. But Baskin with Scourge will secure 1. Incon will now fall down 2 for a double kill for Baskin. And this is the SoaR show.
You know, so there was 4 stacks on that Urchin. Now, obviously, there are 6 stacks on the Urchin. Baskin has put himself in a position to just Terminator walk down the enemy. He's tanking this tower for 27 hours. He's able to just keep on going. Legion's now going to try and wrap around and punish SoaR for staying so long this far pushed up, but with the numbers on the side. Hurriwind's going aggressive 1v2 immediately in the ult. Taunt and damage. Lassiz down for the count. Makey taken out as well. Homiefe on the top of that one. 16-4. SoaR got 2 players after they spawned.
This is the game where I'm now going to officially say SoaR will make it to DreamHack. SoaR will make it to DreamHack. I honestly believe they're going to be number 1 over in North America. The way they are playing right now and their results against big name opposition speak for itself, yet alone. Yes, Allegiance is 7th right now, but they've already defeated Enemy as well. In the last 4 sets, they played Enemy and beat them 2-0 as well. In a not comfortable fashion, but it was good games where SoaR won out both of them.
Yeah, SoaR's a very talented team, and as Tolly always brings up, these guys are friends. These guys have played Smite together in non-competitive fashion for a long time. Now finally coming up together, they're able to make these plays like this.
Here's my only issue with SoaR that could come back to punish them is overconfidence. And plays like that with the blink and stuff, it looks flashy, it looks cool when you're really far ahead. But things like that can come back to haunt you and potentially lose you games. It may not in this instance, but you just got to be careful of it. And that's probably the only downside to SoaR, because, you know, new team coming in, everything's coming up their way in favor of them all the time. And then all of a sudden you're like, okay, we can mess around a little bit. And then you start to drop games because of it.
So we're seeing Metyankey go the Snoopy build right here. This is the old Snoopaloop build. No boots, no boots, no boots. Boots too cool for school. It goes right from the golden bow into the Fatalis.
F. is saying this is the Snoopy boot because Snoopy's the first one to announce it on Twitter today. That was what it was. Doesn't necessarily mean it was his.
I mean, Yaman's been messing around with it, called it the Snoopy build.
Wolfie was trying to say he made the Dirty Bubble build.
First of all, I was the first one to build Thanatos Tanky, just saying. Just saying.
Yeah, but we mean at high level, not gold. Not gold after.
All right. But seriously, so this build doesn't take any boots. There's no boots on this build. But if we can mouse over Golden Bow real quick, I want to show something important.
We can mouse onto his face as he gets taunted into danger. Poked to half health now. Metyankey's under pressure, but guess who's there? Hurriwind with that ultimate. He's just going to delete Lassiz again.
Not good enough. Nice juke coming out from Lassiz. And there's the catch-up. The walk forward from Hurriwind. Can't find the last hit onto Incon.
And Metyankey now under pressure with Baskin's teleport coming in as well. Metyankey, MrMakey under pressure.
See ya.
Stop calling yourself teams, please.
Jigz goes ahead, picks up another kill, 19 now. SoaR looking for number 20. But yeah, with this Hunter build over here. So you've got 8% movement speed. Shift over to the Fatalis real quick. And then that's got 10% movement speed. Hey, Hindu, trivia time. How much movement speed do boots have?
It has the same amount of movement speed as a Hasten Fatalis and a Golden Bow, but not if you also proc your crit from your passive and have a Wind Demon online, because then you've got more.
Exactly. So you see Artemis building into this Wind Demon. That'll move her up as well. So 18% on Warrior and Ninja Tabi. The same percentage of movement speed coming out in this build. And what you get instead is the Boots, I mean, 40 power.
It's not only that, your Fatalis also gives you the effect of not being stood still, well, not slowing down when you use your basic attacks.
Exactly. There's the come in from the enemy
my.
team, and the turnaround. They were all waiting, and SoaR gets credit for their patience. Homiefe picks up a kill for himself, 20-4.
So what SoaR did then for you guys at home is they stood around the corner and were peeking, watching Incon, but Incon had a ward, and Incon's like, hey guys, we can pick them. They don't realize they're all groups. I can get a 5-man taunt off here, and immediately Metyankey goes, no, I'm going to blink and bore, I'm going to destroy you, and now you're Phoenix.
And now Metyankey really using that attack speed up against the Phoenix. Mid lane Phoenix is about half HP. Meanwhile, Baskin doing his own project on the right side. Lassiz goes ahead, grabs one. Down comes the ultimate, and Hurriwind's going to fall. Oceans with credit for that one, but Jigz answers back very quickly, takes out Lassiz. Metyankey very low, finds himself lifesteal Fatalis. It's good. Oceans falls to the hand of Artemis.
But it wasn't Metyankey that did anything there. That was all Jigz. Jigz with the shell, Jigz with the peel, Jigz with the body blocks. He did everything there to keep his teammate alive. The shell was also an important factor. It may not seem that way, but the dot damage was reduced because of it.
Oh, shell is absolutely imperative to these engagements that we see coming out. I mean, it's flat damage reduction. Flat damage reduction is one of the most powerful things in Smite. It doesn't matter if you're getting crit, if you're getting dots, and against dots it's even more powerful. I mean, the shell, what a great choice, and to be able to use it there, Jigz just understands exactly what he needs to do. 4, 1, and 9 on the support with that patented Boots 1 build as well.
Now, one thing we've not spoken much about is Homiefe this game, not because he's had a bad game on Awilix at all, but this has felt more of a team game than the last one when we saw Homiefe with the Sunder and the Thor going ham. He's still gone ham this game, finding the plucks on Incon every time.
And that's the thing here for Homiefe. Still with a wonderful slash line, 5, 2, and 11. But really, we're used to seeing Homiefe with the double-digit kills on the Ao Kuang. And even in the last game, getting off to a tear, 6 kills on the Thor definitely would have been put in a better position as the game went on.
Oh, well, there's a surrender. I'm not surprised by the surrender. You could tell by our tone of voice that we knew that was going to be the end of the game at some point, just because, you know, there just didn't seem a way back in for it. But game 2 for me was more about Basket and Homiefe more than anything else with the way they played.
So much dominance coming out, honestly, from SoaR, and this is really a testament. I think a lot of people at home, myself at least, I wasn't really expecting Allegiance to come in this and win. I wanted to see how well the performance was for the team overall. How do you feel about Allegiance's role swaps here?
I mean, role swaps give him a bit more time. Maki looked pretty comfortable in mid.
Exactly.
He didn't look out of place there. Incon still is aggressive usual self in the support role. Just a couple more weeks together, they'll have some more synergy. Basically, Allegiance fans right now, you're in a relegation fight alongside Envy and alongside Randozos. They're the 3 that guarantee you will be fighting for relegations, but the good news is there's still 2 weeks to go to find out if you can stay out of them.
And then on the other side of things, trying to get the dream hack. We've seen this SoaR team do absolutely fantastic, and a big part of that was Homiefe. Not just in the past when we saw his Ao Kuang last week. This week we got to see it on Thor.
And this was the triple kill that he ends up being there for the right time. Baskin initiated most of this fight, but the team turns up at the right time as a whole. He gets the double, disengages, scared of aggro, but then recognizes, hang on a minute, I can also have Incon too.
Just maximizing the potential of that character. Triple kill right away. And here following up, we see this is him tower diving, understanding just how tanky the rest of his team is, enabling him to do what he does. And then Homiefe just goes for the gold.
It's just waiting with a team and realizing you get walls off. There's the Sunder and the double tap. That's what got it. He hit the Sunder into the double and went, okay, now I'm going to ult. And then guess where he goes? Straight to Oceans. And this is the best one. He's got his hammer up the whole of this, but he's just auto, wall, auto, jumps, throws the wall. Sorry, throws the hammer, gets to him with the Berserker, scared of the knockback. He outplayed the Anher with everything Anher had available. Couldn't do anything.
Yeah, completely very well played by Homiefe. Here we just see no pull even necessary, gets the purification anyway, and then head back to the other fight, looks for Lassiz. And even with the Athena ultimate in tow, doesn't quite matter. They almost, you know, I almost want to say they waited for Incon to land.
I said that during the cast. I believe they waited for Incon to land because they immediately chase him down, find the pick on him here as well as they pull him in with the ultimate. And Baskin gets credit for that one. Good performance from that. Was only 10 minutes in. You can see the combination that they were pulling out. Yeah,
just absolutely no escape. No way to really get away from Homiefe and what he was able to bring in both game number 1 and game number 2. I mean, this guy just looks lights out.
The whole team looks lights out, to be honest. I don't really see any issues with this team right now. Maybe a little bit of overconfidence to look at, but, you know, that's okay if you're winning.
If you're playing like this, you know, I don't know what the difference between confidence and overconfidence is, because Baskin, he's playing on the front of everybody's front yard. Baskin is just walking out and really enabling his team to do what they do.
And Baskin's probably over in the solo lane. He's been great all. Well, to be fair, joined Cloud9 last year as pretty much of an unknown, and who the hell's Baskin? Well, I'll tell you what, the league recognized who the hell Baskin was last year, and this year they're trying to still respect him because he's still doing the same thing over and over.
Yeah, you know, I was talking to Walrus the other day, and Walrus is a player that's done a lot of work and drastically turned things around as far as his performance from last year to this year, and he's somebody that said, looking at Baskin, what he's been able to do, nobody knows what he did to turn things around from being an average player to one of the best players in the world. And Baskin, I mean, check this next play out. This is really key.
Sometimes things just come together. I think that's a big thing. Things just come together at a time when you're like, everything clicks with you and you realize what you need to do and what you don't need to do. And a little bit of conversation with people helps you out. And this is an extended fight from Baskin here. This is the end of that little engagement there as we get a little bit of a close-up where he finds that Scourge and then bludgeons straight to Incon as well.
It's just the mentality to quick switch targets like that, find what you're looking for, and we get that nice zoomed in. Baskin doesn't have the luxury of that. He just has the Terminator vision.
Yeah.
He's got to just find it himself.
See God, kill God.
Pretty much. I mean, Baskin just walking right down the lane. And we've got the captain on the line, the support player himself, Jigz. Congratulations on, I mean, honestly, not just this set, but the couple of series you guys have played in the past. You guys are looking lights out.
Thank you.
Is there anything you can particularly point at? Because you guys have started the season off very good, but have just seemed to get hotter and hotter and hotter as we get further down the schedule.
No, I mean, we take all of our games just one game at a time and just try to go from there.
So talk to me about the rest of the SPL right now. You're currently sat at #1 because there's 2-0 over Allegiance. What's your estimations about where you're going to finish, and who do you think your toughest opposition in North America is?
I think our toughest opposition is probably Enemy. Just the way they play, their biggest strength is probably our biggest weakness, and it's around objectives.
Okay.
And particularly early Gold Furies. And also, we're sitting #1 right now, but we'd be more than happy just to go to DreamHack. But obviously, sitting #1 is a big deal because more than just an ego boost, it's actually very important because you don't have to play against Panthera until the finals if you're sitting #1.
Good point.
I like how you guarantee.
Obviously, yeah.
I like how you guarantee Panthera's go to the finals there, just subtly.
Well, yeah.
I think that's pretty cut and dry. But North America, not so cut and dry, honestly. It's been up, down, left, right, pretty much all over the place. Who are you looking at as far as your toughest opponents outside of Enemy?
I'd probably say our toughest opponents outside of Enemy are Eager. I would say LG, but we've spent so much time scrimming them that we have a very good idea at what they do, and we've just played against them so much that...
That's a really good save, Jigz, I'll be honest, because I was like, oh, he's saying Eager's going to be in the top 3 with him and Enemy, but then you went, but LG's good too, you know, we've been scrimming him so much.
We've actually scrimmed Eager less than any other team.
Oh, wow.
So I definitely say Eager just because of the fact that we have such a lack of practice against them and don't really know what they're going to pull out. Like last time, when they first pulled out the Awilix Sobek to counter the Kepri pick, it was like a big surprise to us and it was very hard to adapt so instantly, which is why I think we dropped it 2-0.
And then you went ahead and played that today. That worked out.
Yeah, we've been practicing with it and against it. And I think every team has for many weeks since then.
Yeah, it's been definitely very, very, very strong. Also, not for nothing. Last question: when are people going to start banning your Kepri?
I don't know. When they want to start winning, maybe.
That's exactly the answer I expected from you, Jigz, man. Pleasure talking to you. You have anything to say before we let you go?
Just shout-outs to SoaR. They've been an amazing organization. Shout-outs to all their sponsors, G2A. We got a new sponsor, BPI, and shout-outs to my teammates for always coming to scrims, being positive, taking it all seriously.
Awesome. Thank you very much. That's Jigz, the support and the captain for SoaR. One of the players that I have been extremely excited about for Season 3. And everything that he brings to the table, it's all been very positive. And positive is exactly where SoaR has been trending. They find themselves #1, 15 wins. That is one more than Enemy has, who slipped down to #2.
And Allegiance, well, they slip down a little bit further to 5-15 now. So a telling tale of the North American Pro League.
Yeah, we've got the top 3 teams from North America right now looking like Enemy, SoaR, and Eager. But as we heard Jigz say, Luminosity still very much in the running, along with Denial, if you ask me. 9 teams in total, so 3 from North America, 3 from Europe, and a couple from around the world will be competing for $250,000. Paladins will also be there. 4 teams from around the world for $100,000.
But that's not it. It's not the end of Week 7 yet, Tom. We've still got two sets of games, I should say, to go on Monday.
That's very true. We have our Monday Night Smite games coming up. Hungry for More will take on Torpedo Gaming. Now, once upon a time, these teams were very evenly matched. However, a little bit of a different story now. HFM have been looking hungry for wins.
And if they find that win as well, I think that's going to catapult them into the contest for DreamHack. Meanwhile, Luminosity versus Denial. Well, we saw Denial win today against Envy. They find this win against LG. They can definitely call themselves contenders for a spot at DreamHack.
Yeah, I mean, Denial, they looked, to say strong in that first series was an understatement. LG, probably a little bit more difficult of a team, but Orange Dog Meme Sports definitely looking very, very good for the future. Don't forget, if you want to be at DreamHack along with some of these top teams, dreamhack.se is where you can pick up tickets for yourself. I'll be there. You're going, Hindu?
We'll see.
We'll see. Well,
Not confirmed.
hi-rez, we're all going to be there, and my favorite guy, Peckies, will be there. Have a wonderful Sunday, and we'll see you tomorrow for Monday Night Smite.